12 o'clock. We've got current affairs for you like nobody else because, hey, this is just how we get down. I saw a very disturbing video this morning. It's related to this story. A man named Flavio Shabangwane, 26-year-old man, arrested after human body parts were discovered in his freezer over the weekend. He appeared before the Protea Magistrates Court in Soweto on Monday, the 15th of November. The NPA spokesperson in Gauteng, Pindim Jonondwane, said that Shabangwane is facing a charge of murder. The case relates to the discovery of various female body parts inside a fridge in a room rented by the accused person. Shabangwane was remanded in custody on the 22nd of November in order to allow him to apply for legal representation with Legal Aid SA. Shabangwane allegedly tried to stab himself to death after his girlfriend made the gruesome discovery on the Saturday, the 13th of November. His girlfriend found the body parts in his freezer when the murder accused went to the shop. She ran from the rented back room into the house and told a neighbor. Later, the Protea Glen community, including an off-duty police officer, confronted the accused. Sometime between the confrontation and his arrest, the suspect allegedly locked himself in a room and harmed himself. He was taken to hospital where he was under police guard from Saturday until his court appearance. Flavio Shabangwane is a master's student, according to Sowetan Live, and was formerly employed by the prominent insurance company. According to his LinkedIn and Facebook profile, he is a Wits graduate. His girlfriend is also a student. The body parts will be examined by a forensic science laboratory to determine if their identities can be identified. South African Police Service spokesperson Brigadier Murudili said the Gauteng occult-related crime investigation team has taken over the investigation. Apparently, it would seem that Brother Man was also dealing in human body parts. I managed to see a video. In fact, I was sent on one of the WhatsApp groups that I belong to, I was sent a video of the discovery of what was in that deep freeze, and it really is disturbing. And from what I can see in that video, it seems to be more than one, or the body parts of more than one person. It's disturbing, to say the least. Now, Gayton McKenzie describes the power-sharing deal with the ANC as the biggest in SA history. This is how the Patriotic Alliance president, Gayton McKenzie, described the deal had clinched with the ANC following tough days of coalition negotiations. According to McKenzie, who was emotional when making the announcement, said the deal would see the Patriotic Alliance running its own municipality, several mayoral committee members' appointments, 7 mayors across the municipality, including deputy mayor positions. He says, we're changing the narrative. We can no longer blame other people if there are no jobs. We can no longer blame people if there are no houses. We're going to build schools for our people and build clinics. We have the power now. We're going to build our people. Go start your company, get your papers ready, because there are going to be potholes that need to be filled. It's going to rain jobs. It's going to rain jobs. With 1,900 viewers watching, McKenzie announced that through the power sharing arrangement with the ANC, the Patriotic Alliance would run its own municipality, Karoo Hoogland. We were fighting between Hantam and Karoo Hoogland municipalities. We suggested for the ANC to control Hantam, and we said we'll vote with you and not interfere, but then give the PA their own municipality, Karoo Hoogland, so that we can do what we promised our people we would do. McKenzie said by the end of next week, the Patriotic Alliance would see the party with 7 mayors across the country. He said this would give the party the opportunity to drug rehabilitation centers in the PA-run communities. Nice one, man. Nice one. It sounds good. Let's see it in action as well, because we love to see those kind of things happen, and we love to see a good story take place as well. The heist occurred just after 6:30 p.m. on Monday evening when a G4S cash van was traveling from Lenasia to Boltonia. While driving on Shamdor Road, the cash van was rammed by a white Mercedes-Benz. The cash van rolled and landed on its wheels. The suspect alighted from several vehicles and instructed the security officials to open the vault. The security officials were then dragged off to a nearby open field and robbed of a 9mm pistol, Police spokesperson Colonel Athlinda Mate said this in a statement. The cash van and suspect Mercedes-Benz burst into flames after they bombed the van. The motorcyclist who witnessed what transpires was shot in his lower body and taken to a nearby hospital for medical attention. The G4S security officials were also taken to local hospital where they were treated for minor injuries. Mate said that it is believed the suspects fled in a gray light delivery vehicle and 2 white sedans with an undisclosed amount of money. Police are appealing to members of the public to assist them with investigations by sharing vital information on the whereabouts of the suspects. Members of the public are also reminded that it is a crime to harbor criminals, Mate said. Interesting. The Miss South Africa organization has remained silent following calls for the reigning queen Lalela Mswane to withdraw her participation in the Miss Universe pageant expected to take place in Israel next month. Interesting stuff, because the narrative is definitely out there. A spokesperson for the Miss South Africa organization, Janine Walker, on Monday said the Miss South Africa organization has no comment and to make at this stage. The organization has remained mum on social media. This comes after government's announcement at the weekend that it had withdrawn its support for the Miss Universe pageant in Israel, as it mimics a painful past when Black South Africans were not allowed to participate in competitions, including under the Miss South Africa title. Sports, Arts and Culture Minister Nathi Mthethwa has said the following unsuccessful consultations, it had proven difficult to persuade the Miss SA pageant organizers to reconsider their decision to participate in Miss Universe. Human rights organizations Africa for Palestine welcomed the government's stance. They say, our South African government and our people are well aware of Israel's regime's well-documented human rights violations and apartheid policies. Endorsement or association with Israel would fly in the face of our history and current position that there should be no normal relations by an abnormal regime. Mswane is expected to participate in the pageant, with the SA organizers repeatedly saying they are not a political organization and therefore would not heed calls for a boycott. Interesting how they are not a political organization, but not so long ago, Black people were not allowed to participate in Miss South Africa, or people who are non-white, let me put it that way. But yeah, what do I know? 2 key figures allegedly conspired with underworld figure Nafiz Modak to murder anti-gang unit cop Charles Kinnear in 2019 have finally joined Modak in the dock. On Monday, Amal Yankees and Yannick Adonis, an alleged Junkie Funky Kids gang member, appeared alongside Nafiz Modak and co-accused ex-rugby player Zane Killian, as well as Jacques Cronier, Ricardo Morgan, and former anti-gang unit Sergeant Ashley Tabisha in the Blue Downs Regional Magistrates Court, Dion van der Spey. It is the first time since the failed attacks on Kinnear in 2019 and his eventual assassination on the 18th of September 2020 outside his home in Bishop Lavis that the two appeared alongside Modak in the dock. The case against Yankees and Adonis related to the incidents that took place in November 2019, which included a failed hand grenade attack on Kinnear's home. The matter was dealt with by the Paro Regional Court. Yay. During those earlier proceedings, Adonis abandoned his bail application while Yankees' bail was denied in May 2021. Magistrate Richard Sikuvili concluded then that Yankees had the ability to take out witnesses before the trial commenced. The court also found that Yankees was familiar with the state witnesses. Given her connections to the underworld, there was a likelihood that she would intimidate or threaten witnesses and destroy evidence. The court's decision to deny the bail for Yankees related heavily on the affidavit by Warrant Officer Trevor Shaw, who maintains the top police Kinnear was murdered because of his involvement in an investigation into Modak. If you saw the video yesterday that was circulating of a gentleman getting shot by a police officer after being aggressive, brandishing a firearm and eventually disarming another police officer of a firearm. Well, his name is Len Kluter, and he's currently fighting for his life while lying in a coma. After he was shot in the head during an altercation with several police officers, the larger-than-life character, who owns a gym and has established name for himself in Pretoria, was immediately rushed to hospital following an incident at a guest lodge in Mulder's Drift. Upon checking into the lodge, Len Kluter had a disagreement with some of the staff at the reception. It's not yet crystal clear what sparked the argument, but it soon led police to be called to calm the situation. However, things rapidly got out of hand. After being confronted by the police, Kluter asked them to leave the premises. When the officers refused, the tension was cranked up, and the burly bloke ended up wresting a gun away from the SAPS representative. He then goaded the other cops and challenged them to shoot him. Unfortunately, one of them took the statement literally, firing a bullet into Kluter's head. He immediately collapsed to the ground, leaving the other guests in his lodge terrified and panicked. In the middle of this tragic farce is Chantal Kluter. She has been Len's wife for the past 5 years and has been left completely broken by the events that played out in Mulder's Drift. Taking to her Facebook page over the weekend, she hailed Len as a fighter and asked her friends and family to pray for a miracle as he remains in a coma. The family has been inundated with messages of support. She said, "My husband is fighting for his life. My heart is completely broken, taking it day by day. We miss you. Your kids are waiting for you. Fight, my husband. I can't lose you. Not like that. Please, everyone, pray for a miracle. He was shot and is currently in a coma. We love you, my angel, my husband, my everything. Please come back to us. Your kiddos, keep your space warm in our bed. We miss you a lot, my husband. Fight for me and fight for them. All your kiddos still need you so much. I love you very much, Chantal Kluter." Yeah, look, I don't know. There are really not many words that I can say after having seen that video. I might not have the context of what started the argument, but I certainly know what was going on when I saw him firstly pull a firearm, his own firearm, on the police, and then put it away, and then came back and disarmed a female police officer and was threatening and goading the police officers to shoot him. Be careful what you wish for, man, because you might just get it. Lehwame Matsushane says, "Good morning. Our people need to learn to vote in big metros that they can avoid coalitions." That's very true. That is very true. Finally, further afield in this beautiful continent of Africa, the registration of Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, son of the slain dictator Muammar Gaddafi, to run for next month's presidential election causes controversy amongst the Libyans. Libya's first ever direct presidential poll, with a first round of December 24th, would mark the climax of a process launched last year by the United Nations to try to draw a line under years of violence since the revolt that toppled Gaddafi. He says, "I consider Saif's nomination as unfair because he is still wanted by the International Criminal Court and has many rulings against him, in addition to the fact that he's a controversial figure. If Libyans accepted Saif, we will then forget the past. If a general amnesty took place and only important issues were taken care of, such as public money and war crimes, without existence of internal matters and vengeance, then I think he can succeed and Libya would develop. Wanted by the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity, allegedly committed during the NATO-backed uprising, Saif Islam completed all the required legal conditions," the Election Commission said on Sunday. Saif Islam Gaddafi submitted his candidacy for the presidential election to the High National Electoral Commission office in the city of Seba. It is said in a statement, the 49-year-old sporting salt and pepper beard recited a verse from the Quran and thanked those assisting him, saying, "God bless you." The video footage has shown him putting his name in the hat and standing up to say that he is one of the candidates running for the presidency. We'll find out on the 24th of next month if people will vote for the son of Muammar Gaddafi.
We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.